LEGO Dimensions is my favorite game of all time, which probably says a lot about my taste in games, but I don't care, it's peak. And with it turning 10 years old today, I want to discuss the first character you see in the game, Lord Vortech. We first see him exit a rift into an unstable world. A droid follows him, but this is no friend of his. We immediately see a power dynamic between them, as the droid shows excitement when discovering something on the ground, but then quickly restrains himself.
Hey, I found a thing! Anomaly located, Master.
Immediately showing us he has no time for nonsense. What they discovered though is crucial. Hieroglyphics depicting each of the 12 foundation elements, the cornerstones of space and time. Now having confirmation of their existence, the droid warns him they can't be safely harnessed. But Vortech already knows this, and declares the droid is no longer useful to him. He uses his staff to banish him to another dimension.
What about the pay raise you promised me?
While we're on the topic of foundation elements, can I just say how stupid some of the choices were? For example, kryptonite. Like, what, does it have to be that kryptonite specifically? How do you even tell the difference? Because all the kryptonite in LEGO looks the same. It could have easily been a deconstructor from LEGO Batman 2, the weapon powered by kryptonite. It was right there. Metal-based treasure chest is also really weird because there's no treasure in there, it's just his organs and a pair of googly eyes. Why couldn't it be the piece of resistance that's like actually important to the movie? And then Lord of the Rings has two, being the One Ring and the Palantir. I don't see why they felt the need to include the Palantir, considering the One Ring is a lot more significant. Staff of Elements from Ninjago is also a weird choice because outside of its season it's really unimportant. The Realm Crystal is much more in the grand scheme of things. And I know that's from Season 5, or the Staff of Elements is from Season 4, but in the hub world they literally have Steep Wisdom from Season 5. They knew what was coming. I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. But now Vortech can begin plotting. What is his plan? Control. He believes the dimensions being separated is imperfection, and wants to collide them all to form his own perfect world, taking his place as the ruler of the universe. With nothing standing in his way, he then forms a palace, taking refuge in this world, Foundation Prime, aka the birthplace of the foundation elements. The nature of this dimension is very interesting. From the get-go we understand it has a nature of creation, forming multiple objects on the ground, including the number 42, which if you know your science fiction, is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe and everything. I really love that detail, it's so fitting. Another thing to note is the ground. Anything it touches immediately disintegrates, except for Lord Vortech. This raises a lot of questions. Specifically, what is Lord Vortech? Obviously some kind of dimensional being. He's the same color as the rifts and has particles all over him. He also has his own minions with the same appearance as him, albeit with no face or any kind of clothing. But we never see where they come from, which implies he's able to create life. Life with no purpose but to serve him. He also has the ability to grow bigger in size, his body shaping itself into bricks. After this introduction, he begins to execute his plan, opening a rift to 3 dimensions and collecting those foundation elements, along with some hostages. And of course he acquired some villains, being many familiar faces, and it appears he knows their backstories.
I am not a bad guy.
Please! Look! Sauron!
My lord Sauron, it is I, your faithful servant.
But what he doesn't know is that 3 heroes from those dimensions have united together to save their friends. Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstar eventually find themselves in the same dimension Vortech vanished his droid to. After our heroes collect all the keystones, the droid reveals himself. His name is Expo, and he aids our heroes in need. Unfortunately though, one of these times Vortech actually recognizes his voice.
Ah, so you're the one helping them, are you, Expo? Now which dimension did I banish you to?
And after he remembers it's game over, they murder Expo and take all the foundation elements our heroes have collected. He has all of them now. After gathering them all in one place, he merges them into the foundation of all dimensions.
All this for a green square?
He not only uses it to collide the dimensions, but even turns his hostages into a monster.
We are the tribe.
The next time we mess up, is he going to do that to us?
Let's not find out the answer to that particular riddle, shall we?
When our heroes destroy the Tri, they notice it's powered by a single piece of Vortech. As you'd expect, this concerns our heroes. If that's just what one piece can do, imagine what else he's capable of. So they gather various friends and enemies they met along the way to help them. Working together, they use their combined efforts to create the perfect prison for him. The 12th Doctor even brings back Expo, so that's neat. His death really was just greatly exaggerated, but of course Arturo defeats him, trapping him in a different reality.
Now he's some other reality's problem.
Good. Trapped for the rest of time with only himself for company.
And that's the Dimensions Crisis. After barely managing to defeat Vortech, the Dimensions start to return to their original state. Or so you thought. The trio of heroes would be honored among the dimensions, having statues and even merchandise. Hell, even Lord Vortech got merchandise, which is kind of weird because his entire plan was just to become a dictator of all the dimensions. As an inhabitant of the universe, there's no reason to like him, so why would anyone want to wear merch of him? Anyways, while the heroes did banish him, they couldn't stop the anomalies. Before Vortech's banishment, there were only two ways to travel the dimensions: his staff or using the Vortong Gateway. But now it's completely accessible to everyone. Kind of like cracks in reality, there's just gateways in the various worlds. And because of this, you can just travel to wherever you want, creating several anomalies.
Wait, are you saying that thing can take us into movies from the 80s?
Yeah, they can take you to all sorts of worlds.
We see this a lot in the Year 2 cutscenes. A bunch of characters from different worlds just in these dimensions acting like it's their everyday life. It's just completely normal to them. So in a way, Vortech got exactly what he wanted. His entire shtick, breaking the rules, colliding the dimensions. This is the exact perfection he was seeking this entire time. People from all over the dimensions bringing their cultures to another. As if there's no chains tied to them, no rules to follow.
Where did these guys come from?
Another rift. Shall we?
See you later, alligator.
I'm Batman.
Though he wasn't around to see it. Or maybe he was. In the post-credit scene of LEGO Dimensions, we see Foundation Prime one last time. Unbeknownst to everyone, there was a single piece of Vortech left behind. An unknown character walks towards the piece, seemingly not knowing what it does. Remember how it created the Tri? Well, as soon as they grab it, it's too late. A new Lord Vortech has been created. But who is this character? To determine this, I needed to do some data mining. Looking at the cutscene's assets, the name of the arm is simply just teaser Lord Vortech arm cutscene. There's no character attached to it, it's just the arm, so we can't learn very much from the model itself. However, just searching Lord Vortech in the files will come up with a bunch of scrapped content. More specifically, scrapped content for the Lord Vortech Fun Pack, which was supposed to release at the beginning of Year 2, then got moved between Wave 7.5 and 8, until he was pushed to the unreleased Wave 10, which still appears in the credits for some reason. The set number was 71341, codenamed Phase. It came with Lord Vortech and a vehicle of Expo, and the game's files gives us a great look at all three models. A while back, a leaker in the LEGO community gave me the part list for the set. It came with 38 pieces, and thanks to this list we know the exact LEGO element numbers for Lord Vortech's minifigure. The files even left over his minifigure's textures, which is really weird considering the screenshots of him with his vehicle show he just has his original model. He would have accessed all the Year 1 hub worlds as well as his own battle arena entitled Lord Vortech Day, which I'm just going to assume was Foundation Prime since we don't have any photos. The box art itself is even lost media. And of course, we can't forget his playable variant's dialogue.
Lord Vortech! Too much.
There are a few I find very interesting though. For starters, this one.
Home sweet home. Oh dear. Seems I left the place in a bit of a mess.
All the characters and dimensions have interactions of their hub worlds, but Lord Vortech doesn't have a hub world. So I'm assuming he was interacting in the Vorton, which would confirm the Vorton being his home, which would make sense considering his interdimensional-like state. The other interesting one being his idol voice line. Sound familiar? Which has led me to this conclusion. You are Lord Vortech. You spend the entire game fighting him, and eventually defeat him, and if you can't beat them, join them. He left a single piece of himself on Foundation Prime so he could return with a new vessel. Us. I know the guy's hand is white and it's a male voice, but this was a time when LEGO did not care about representation. They were afraid to put Nia from Ninjago on a box on her own because it would scare away the boys. We as the player control every single piece on the toy pad, creating our own team of mashups to defeat Lord Vortech. But now he has this power, which I feel like he's self-aware of.
I'm not even on the chessboard. I'm the hand controlling every single piece.
And as such we can play as him. Or at least we could have. They just had to release one more pack that was already finalized and upcoming, with little to no content added, and would have for sure been a bestseller. But expecting LEGO back then to provide for their fans is like talking to a brick wall.
What?
No, alright. I know that sounds bad.
And that concludes our video. Lord Vortech. Once a rule breaker, always a rule breaker. Thanks for watching.